Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Some few hours ago, Moses Kuria, taking to his Facebook account, had this to say. Moses Kuria, in 1969, when you were under siege, you rallied 300,000 Kikuyus to take an oath at a fee binding them never to elect an uncircumcised person. 50 years later, without calling for another oath to undo the first one, you unilaterally make an abouton and expect the whole community to follow you. I do not believe that circumcision is any test of leadership, and there was everything wrong with the 1969 oath, and the community elders should hold a ceremony to unbind the community from the oath and foreclosure. But this has to be a community issue, and we cannot trust you to play with the emotions of our community willy-willy. That's Moses Kuria's Facebook post some few hours ago. And this post, Moses Kuria is just trying to maybe sanitize himself from the backlash he got when he made those remarks in Gatundu South constituency. So what does this mean politically? That's what I want us to find out in this video. In case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. What does this mean? I can classify or consider this as a propaganda. Moses Kuria is just playing politics of lies and propaganda. Because that said oath in 1969, I believe it's something that does not exist. There was no oath taken by the Kikuyu community that actually they cannot elect somebody Moses Kuria is trying to purport here. This is largely a propaganda. Because all along what Kenyans have been knowing is that sometimes the Kiambu mafias actually swore that leadership was not to cross River Chania, but actually leadership did cross River Chania when Kibaki became the president. So Moses Kuria here might just be lying and playing politics to maybe endear himself to maybe some voters in Mount Kenya. But the truth of the matter is that this might be a propaganda. And then secondly, Moses Kuria is also being hypocritical here. Because Moses Kuria belongs in a camp, William Ruto's camp, a camp that has been portraying themselves, or rather projecting themselves as godly people, people who know God. And they have actually been branding other people, or other leaders as Waganga. So if he's still referring us back to a 1969 ungodly oaths, and then he wants Kenyans, or rather he wants the Kikuyu community to be tied to that oath. That's ungodly oath. An oath that, in my considered opinion, if at all it did exist, then it was just there to divide communities. So Moses Kuria is just exposing the hypocrisy in Tangatanga, the doublespeak in Tangatanga. From one side, they are saying they are Christians, and they are branding their political opponents as Waganga. And from the same mouth, they want to bound the Kikuyu community to some ungodly oaths that were taken in the ancient years, some years back, that actually was just dividing communities. So this just also exposes the doublespeak in Tangatanga, in Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Yes. And then another point, from this post Moses Kuria is just trying to insinuate that out of that 1969 oath, the Kikuyu community were not actually to support somebody who is not circumcised. So what is Moses Kuria trying to tell Kenyans here? Because now, is he now trying to tell Kenyans that now the uncircumcised can actually not vote for any Kikuyu leader. Because as it is today, in the year 2002, the Luo community to the last person voted for Mwai Kibaki. And then in 2022, Moses Kuria and largely we are being told the Kikuyu community are supporting William Ruto. And we have Luo leaders actually supporting William Ruto, the likes of Miguna, the likes of Owalo. Is Moses Kuria now telling Miguna and the likes of Owalo that actually they are not fit to lead Kenya? Is that what Moses Kuria is actually telling Miguna and the likes of Owalo who are actually supporting William Ruto? So in one way or the other, this post, or rather these remarks by Moses Kuria, is actually injuring William Ruto's chance of clinching the presidency this year. Moses Kuria is actually alienating or rather isolating William Ruto from other tribes across the nation. Now William Ruto is just being seen as being held hostage by some uncouth and some uncivilized leaders from the mountain. So in one way or the other, this post, or rather those remarks by Moses Kuria, has the potential of denying William Ruto some good votes from Luo Nyanza. And any person or any leader from Luo Nyanza supporting William Ruto, after Moses Kuria made these remarks, is just being seen to be a stupid Luo. Because now somebody cannot abuse you directly. Somebody cannot insinuate that because you come from a community that maybe is not practicing maybe circumcision or something like that, then you are not actually fit to lead. So in one way or the other, this is Moses Kuria just doing damage to William Ruto. And then from this post again, it also just exposes the ideology in Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Kenya Kwanza Alliance is full of leaders who are full of hate speech. Leaders who are just warmongers. And just as I did state in our earlier analysis, William Ruto and his team in Kenya Kwanza Alliance, these are just hate mongers. These are not leaders. These are people out to divide the community, out to divide Kenyans along ethnic lines for them to remain politically relevant. That's exactly what I'm seeing with this post by Moses Kuria. And largely again, if you look at William Ruto, he has been playing politics of hate, politics of division. He has, on several occasions, anytime William Ruto goes to the mountain, he has been stereotyping the Luo community. He has actually been branding them wale watu wa kurusha mawe, wale watu wa kung'oa reli. And Moses Kuria in this case is just doing what his master has actually taught them. For you to remain relevant, you must divide the community. That's exactly what William Ruto has been doing. So Moses Kuria, I know that it might be the ground in Kiambu, or rather in Gatundu South constituency, I know the ground might be slippery for him. So he wants to actually grab some attention. He want to endear himself maybe to the residents of Gatundu South constituency, but in a bad way, through incitement. So that's what I'm seeing or reading from this tweet by Moses Kuria. But above all, this just exposes the kind of mediocre leaders we have in Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Leaders who are, I don't even know how to call them. They are not even actually leaders. These are just goons. These are just goons and crooks. Because a leader in his sane mind can actually not say this. And upon Moses Kuria posting this, if you go through his Facebook account, a good majority of Kenyans are actually castigating him. And some are even exposing him for lying. Because there is nothing like an oath that existed that said such kind of things he's trying to say. These are just, in my considered opinion, some propaganda. You know, politics is also about propaganda. And Moses Kuria here is a very good student of Niccolo Machiavelli. Proper politics has to be dirty for it actually to be politics, real politic. This is just a propaganda. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, just as I did state, in case you've bumped here for the very first time, and so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans, our subscribers here, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Yes.